Looking back at those last 8 minutes last night, I mean, in reflection, is there anything you see differently than you saw immediately following the game?
Honestly, I got to really watch the game over. It just happened so quick. I remember us being up, 8 or 10, and looking. I got a rest for like 30 seconds looking up, and I think we were down really fast. So I got to watch the game. I mean, of course, our defensive effort could have been better, and that's the biggest thing about last night.
Do you experience that very often? Like you said, that the snap of the fingers, and all of a sudden the momentum is completely gone the other way?
Honestly, that was one of the first times I experienced something like that. It just happened so fast and quietly. Like, they just did it. How many threes did they hit in a row? What, 6? There's 6 straight possessions? And it was never like, we never like had an urgency to get a stop before that or during that run. So it just happened so fast.
Where does that urgency start? Does it start on the bench with Fred? Does it start with the players on the floor?
I think as a team as a whole, I mean, we got to recognize that, okay, they didn't score 6 threes. And I know as a player sometimes you may have a tendency to say, well, they're not going to make them all. But I think looking back on it, they had some pretty open shots. So we had to have a better urgency defensively as a team and just communicate better.
How much of that was just a good team having a great stretch where they couldn't miss and you guys just kind of maybe losing a little bit of composure?
I mean, they hit some shots. That's a really good team. Not trying to take credit from them, but I think a lot of teams will make those shots if they're that open. And so I think a lot of it had to do with us just not putting a hand up and not sticking to our defensive principles like we should have.
You get that alley